I just filmed a cleaning TikTok video on my You'll Never Guess It TikTok, and I'm now gonna do a room tour. I have to make some disclaimers. One, I've never been able to shut up a day in my life. Two, I do have a naked woman in my room. I always forget they're naked. I have Playboy bunnies in my room, active in my room. They're just hanging out with me, real people. And so if you see boobs, I hope you're of age. Don't watch me if you're underage. You're like, how old are you? You look 16? I'm legal. Two, usually people have people to film their room tour so you can see me and see my room. Unfortunately, it's a solo mission. Watching somebody else record somebody's room tour, like Nicole Raffi and her gay boyfriend Jay, when I watch some, it's kind of like watching two people be intimate with each other, where but they also hate each other. It's like watching your parents scream at each other, but there's also tension. That's how I feel when I watch somebody film somebody else's room tour. So unfortunately, it will be by myself. But yeah. Here. First thing you see when you come into my room is my Emily Henry tote bag that I burnt a hole into with an incense the day I got it. I don't want to talk about it. This Grover tote bag. They're both from Out-of-Print. Oh, don't look there. They're really good. And then this is my Trader Joe's sardine tote bag. Then you'll turn. That was my high school backpack. I just think it's cute, so I display it. And I like remembering trauma. This is a Haunted Mansion painting I got from Hot Topic when I was like 14, and it's so cute. These are Hamilton buttons. Got a while ago when I was like 2 years old. Here are some Oracle cards. This is a Frozen postcard. It's very cute. Down here is another Trader Joe's bag. I love this one. It's like a picnic bag. It's very cute. Very cute. If you see. And then I have some Half Price Books tote bags in there. They're not like the, what is this called? Canvas tote bags? They're like tarp tote bags. So. Okay. This is my dog. His name is Kobe. We're actually throwing him a birthday party tomorrow, so everyone say happy birthday to Kobe. This is pictures of me. I'm going to cover my dad. This is pictures of me and my dead dog. Sorry to kill the mood. These are two of my Beanie Boos that I made characters about. They're kissing because they love each other. I made this, and I'm going to sell it for $1,000, just like Tyler Catastrophe. Half Price Books, like, every year when it's like about to become the new year, they do these posters. They're different every year, obviously. Okay, they're different every year, but this is my favorite one so far. I have another one in my room. The one they did this year I gave to my sister because it wasn't like my vibe. It's still very pretty though. But the fun thing is, like, they give you this if you, like, I think have a purchase over like $25, and it comes with a coupon book, and I think the coupon book goes into like October, and it's like January, February coupon. So you don't get one for every single month, but you get them for like every 2 months. Very nice, very cool. I'm a Batman girly, but I'm new to everything. And if you want to be like, how should I publicly humiliate myself in a way that will scar me for the rest of my life? Just get into a male-dominated interest and have the audacity to not be into it when you were like birthed out of the womb. And not know like every single pair of Bruce Wayne's underwear. That will do it. If you want to be humiliated online, that will do it. But I am a sick, twisted individual, and when there's a dust jacket, I'm like, I could just make this into a poster. So that's what I did. This is a really good comic. I'm currently reading Batman Year One, and I'm really excited. By reading, I mean like I read like 2 pages, and I haven't finished it at all. I haven't touched it all week, but that counts for me. But I am very excited to finish it. But Dark Knight Steel is really fun. I also think it's the coolest concept they ever done for a comic. But again, haven't read many. If you couldn't tell, that's a pit bull. That's a pit bull Rottweiler mix. He doesn't look like a Rottie, but I promise he is. So I had a pit bull for a long time. So I have a lot of pit bull affiliated merch. By that I mean I have like these. That's it, really. Ignore what this says. One time I had my behavioral coach I am the type of crazy that I had a behavioral coach, and she read this sign out loud, and she's like, "What does that mean?" And I was like, next question. These are tarot cards as cows. They are very good. I don't talk to the girl who gave me them anymore, but she's extremely talented, and her art is like filled around my room because like I don't really care how bad we ended. Girl, I'm never getting rid of that. You're talented. This is a Dollar Tree thing I bought because it was cute. Okay, over here, there's like 2 things in my room. Also, I have to address the rumors. I know they're being spread. You're looking at my carpet and you go, that is the most disgusting carpet I've ever seen. Just take a moment, take it in. Oh, I haven't put those up yet. We'll talk about those in a sec. Take it in. You're like, that is disgusting. Hold on, I have to shut my door fully because I don't need people hearing our conversations. Like, this is intimate. Just like Nicole Raffi when she films a room tour with her gay boyfriend or sits in the bathtub with him. This is intimate. Oh, that's a crystal that I forgot to... Okay, well, sorry. Like, those are disgusting. Those are filthy. You're dirty. You're, like, disgusting. I would like to... My one thing I would like to say is I've lived in this room my entire life. I've never moved houses. I had a single dad, and I've lived very consistently with him. And I was a really messy child, and I spilt everything, but I will be honest, some of these are, they're fresh, but I spilled a lot of Welch's white grape juice growing up, and I also was the type of kid that would, like, make potions, in her room, and then spill everything, and then grab a bunch of paper towels, and my dad's like, why are you grabbing paper towels, did you spill something? I'm like, no, Dad, and he's like, he looks into my room, he sees the spill, and then I get yelled at, and I'm like, okay, well, I told you now, and you just should have believed me. Anyways, moving on. That's all the rumors I had to address. There are 2 parts of my room, I guess 3, including the carpet, that, like, don't look good, but I'm not a perfect woman, so this is one of them. That's a Garfield slipper. If you're like, that's sick, it is, but my dog ate the other one, so I don't know what to do with one single Garfield slipper. If you want to drop a comment below, let me know. I keep a lot of, you're like, why do you have so many fucking jars? Well, first off, that was rude. Second off, I'm a practicing witch, and if you're like, what do witches do in their free time? It's this. They just collect fucking jars. I also collect Care Bears. This is some of my collection. I can do a whole Care Bear video. Nobody's gonna ask, but I'll do it anyways. Okay, moving on. I make a vision board every year for the new year. This was my 2025 vision board. This is my best photo of me ever taken. I took it and I was like, I'm gonna stick my tongue out like all the hot girls. Like all the hot girls stick their tongue out. And I actually look like I'm a psychotic murderer, so that's awesome. This is from one of my first ever tarot decks. After a while, when I'm bored of a tarot deck, this was from my first tarot deck. I just use it for art and craft projects. If you're like, that's sick and twisted, sorry. Okay, moving on. This is a vase I, like, painted, and I keep my incense in it, because, again, witch. These are just some books, coloring books. This is my scrapbook for my dead dogs. This is a book of spells. I really want to read this book. I don't know anything about it, but it sounds good. This is a very popular book talk book. What is that book? Oh, this is a palmistry book. This is about palmistry. I've always wanted to learn it. I got this from Dollar Tree. It's very fun, very cool. You can find really fun stuff at Dollar Tree if you look. So, got that. Got this from a yard sale. It definitely has lead, so, like, I cannot put food on it, but it is very cute. Got this from my local crystal shop. I have a really good local crystal shop and a really good local thrift shop. I live in Mesa, but I live right next to AJ. They're both in AJ, and they're very good, and they're very affordable, so. Okay, I'm going to sit down for this part. I'm going to sit down to make this easier. Okay, I'm just gonna point. Okay, that's a candle holder, except I love it. It's a crystal. Let me grab it. It's really beautiful. Again, I got this from a local crystal shop. I got this for my, I think, 16th birthday, except I love my dad, and I think he does really try to get me presents. Like, my dad is the type of person to give really thoughtful presents, except my dad doesn't think. So, like, what candle is gonna fit in this? And I know there are candles that will fit in this, but he didn't buy me any candles that fit in it. And I was like, I mean, you don't have to, but, like, you know, so I just mainly keep it for decoration, but it is very pretty. I don't know what type of crystal it is, but it's gorgeous. Okay, but none of that. Oh my god. That's just a spell, which those are my Hooky books. If you've never read Hooky, it's a really good graphic novel about two sibling witches. I actually haven't finished it yet, but I do this so often with media where I get so close to finishing it and I don't. I've actually seen every single episode of Soul Eater. I watched it when I was in the 6th grade, except the last episode because I was so scared to finish it. I do plan to rewatch it. I don't remember anything because I watched it when I was 12. But that's the type of person I am, so I will finish it one day. It's really good, though. I highly recommend it. It's really good, and the art is really pretty. If you can't tell from, like, this terrible angle, it is. Those are my Sisterhood of Traveling Pants. Again, I have read up until the 4th book. Got halfway through the 4th book, haven't finished. So I'm currently doing a read through that. But I mean, I read the 1st book in January, and I haven't picked up the series since. And those are 2 of my Heartstopper books. I thrifted the entire Sisterhood of Traveling Pants series from my library bookstore. Hooky I bought from Walmart. The reason I bought Hooky was I just thought it looked cool. I didn't know anything about it. And then every time a new volume came out, I was like, oh my god, Hooky! And I bought it instantly. The Heartstopper, that's a special edition, the, like, teal one. What color is that? I don't know. That's a special edition of the 1st volume. I bought that at Barnes & Noble, but that's the 4th volume, the yellow one. I got that at the library bookstore, and I was like, awesome. That volume is so sad. If you're like, Heartstopper is so cute. I don't know anything about the TV show. I don't think I'd like it, honestly. But if you're like, oh my god, Heartstopper is so cute, I'm not one of those people who, like, are like, you're not mentally prepared. You probably are, but it did make me spiral. Okay, next, the flask is for aesthetics. The cigarette box is for aesthetics. The Billie Eilish perfume I did not buy. My sister worked at Walmart for a while and got a free tester, and it's my favorite perfume ever. And I wish it wasn't $7 bajillion because I'd buy it every single day. I'd buy it every single day just to know I had it. The owl an ex-friend painted for me. The skull I got from Girl Scouts for a Halloween thing, and I just keep it as a paint jar because I think it looks cool. The thing that's like fallen on the side is another bougie perfume my sister got from Walmart. And then the hockey puck is a Coyotes hockey puck that my dad went to. I'm not a Coyotes fan, I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. But and if you're like, oh my god, that must be so much better because the Coyotes don't exist anymore. Actually, it's so much worse. Because what do you mean we got knocked out by Philly? Kill me now. Okay, moving on. More books. I have When the Stars Collide. I bought that from my library bookstore. I bought it because it had a football on it. I was like, I like football. I read it. It was really good, but I haven't read it since I was a junior in high school. I'm about to start college, so it's been a while, so I do want to reread it. Happy Place Memory, Emily Henry. I really like that book. Don't like the ending. Beach Read by Emily Henry. I'm going to read it. I am nervous, though, because, like, I know they casted a weird freak for the male love interest in the movie, and I'm like, I don't know how I can get behind that. Spell jar. If you understand what that cat is from, I will give you $1 million and also my soul. These are where I keep my t-shirts, like my regular t-shirts. These are where I keep my jeans / cargos. This is where I keep stuff that, like, skirts, dresses that can't, like, that are tube tops, or like dresses that don't have sleeves. And then this is art supplies, paint, beads, oil pastels, more jars, coloring books. That is my portable DVD player that is broken, but it does have a My Body, My Choice sticker to show where I am as a person. These are my shoes. These are my running shoes, flip-flops, slides. I have another pair of flip-flops. I just keep them outside. Converse. I have a white pair, a green pair, a purple pair, and these sick black pairs that are really cool. And I also have a red pair, but they're also outside. And then this is where I keep the rest of my shirts. These are Tank's my favorite t-shirts that I decided to hang up. Again, Pittsburgh Penguin fan. You literally can't see anything. That's so iconic. Dresses, long sleeves. Okay, moving over here. These are where I keep my pajama shorts. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look at you when I say this. sick freak for girls in comfy clothing. Not in like an actual gross way, but I am bisexual, and I think girls look their best when they're in a baggy t-shirt they've had since middle school and thrifted pajama pants. I'm not saying you don't look good when you put effort into your appearance. I love when girls do makeup. I love when girls get dressed up. If a girl got dressed up to hang out with me, I would never make her feel bad for that. However, I love, not just like as like somebody who's attracted to women, but also as somebody who just like can admire that women are beautiful even without being attracted. I love when your hair looks messy. I love when you don't have makeup. Not that there's anything wrong with wearing makeup, not saying that. I love when you're wearing pajama shorts and a tank top and your bra showing you have socks on. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love it. Actually, wait, I was supposed to be in pajamas. Hold on. Actually, hold the fuck on. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to be in a black slutty dress for you. I just thought it looked good with my hair. I just cut my hair. But this is what I mean by like, this is my peak. Avatar shirt I thrifted. Lifeguard pants. They say lifeguard on my ass. I'm not going to show you my ass. Just know it says that. Actually, I can show you my ass. I'm not afraid to. Wait, hold on. Can you see my ass? No. Damn. That's sad. I have a good ass. But I thrifted this entire outfit and it looked great. Like, this is the beauty standard. Again, I will never be one of those people who shame women for dressing up. I love, especially when girls don't dress up. Again, I'm not going to shame women ever, but I don't like when girls dress up to, like, appease beauty standards. I like when girls, like, wear colorful mascara and, do crazy hairstyles. It's like, I was going to say space buns. That's, like, not a crazy hairstyle, but, like, fun hairstyles, and, like, they wear, like, blue lipstick. I think you look great. However, when you are in your natural state, you look good, too. That's all I'm saying. Not going to shame women. But I have to admit, I have a fetish for girls in comfy clothing. I do, and it's genuinely, like, every single time. I could be dressed to the motherfucking gods. I will see a girl in thrifted pajama pants and a tank top with her bra showing. I'm like, I have changed. And then I feel like I never look as good as she does, ever. So just know you're perfect just the way you are, but also dress up if you want to, girl. I am not... I have to always explain I'm never shaming women. I can also do, I don't think anyone wants this, but I want to do this. I feel very passionately about pajama clothing, if I didn't make that clear. So I can do a video on my pajama pants and pajama shorts. I don't have pajama shirts. I'm not a big matching, that's my other opinion. I'm not a matching set girl. I think girls look great in them, but I love a mismatched set. Like, I love a booty shorts that don't match with the tank top kind of thing going on. But I will say these are probably the most iconic shorts I own. Flipping your... Oh god, you actually don't... Girl, are you okay? When you're probably thinking, this girl doesn't ever shut up, ever. Yeah. These are the most iconic pants I own. I got them for $2 at Goodwill. They're Budweiser shorts. They have Budweiser on them. Yeah, it's kind of epic. So, just so you know, I'm kind of epic, yeah. These are my pajama pants. This is a new addition. Okay, so you see that box and that box are there. Those used to be stacked up here, just because that's where I put them, and it was a terrible idea. I knew it was terrible, but I would just never do anything about it. And they also weren't organized well. They still kind of aren't organized well. How I organized them is this just has small, these is where I keep my junk journaling stuff, because I don't junk journal, but I do a lot of, like, collages. So this is where I keep, like, my small stuff, and that's a mix of, like, small and, like, big stuff, and that's, like, magazines, coloring books, canvases, like, I've used and want to display, and the middle box is where I keep, like, to-do lists and letters to myself, so I can look back at them to, like, remember my goals. But I finally have this space cleared, so this is my socks, underwears, bras. I obviously won't be showing you that. Not that there's anything wrong with, like, wearing underwear, but I'm gonna show you. These are my sweaters. Oh my god, the lighting! And they said I would never be good at cinematography. Okay, moving on. This is a part of my room that I don't think looks bad. Oh, that's a cow painting. Lore behind this. I know, I'm yapping again. Me and my sister used to go to Hobby Lobby with my dad. We don't go anymore because we like gay people. But we used to go to Hobby Lobby with my dad, and we'd see a cow painting. We'd be like, "Can we please get the cow painting?" He's like, "No." And then my brother became a Marine. Ick, yuck, gross, yucky. But he did buy me and my sister this cow painting, so I had to give him some props. And then when my sister left in the divorce, by that I mean my brother moved out and my sister got their own room, I don't know his name. I was gonna say name him William, because you know when you like name somebody something, you're like, that's so creative, and it's like, no, I just heard that name like 2 minutes earlier, and now I'm naming it that. I probably named him William because of I'm balls deep in the Tyler Catastrophe lore right now. Anyways, I don't think this looks bad, but this shelf, I struggle with like smaller shelves that like don't have us like these tiny ones. I'm like, I don't know what to do with them. But also, real quick, before we get, like, too distracted, that's my penguin I've had forever that my dog ripped his neck open. That's Sam. I want him at, like a Dave & Buster's thing. Never knew who he was, and then I was like, wait a minute, this bitch is famous. I have a celebrity in my room. I don't know him now still, but anyways, I painted this Garfield. It was like a cat thing, and I painted Garfield. He doesn't have eyes, really, because I ran out of black and white paint, but he's very cute. He's so much fun to do. I'm not like a consistent crafty girl. I'm more like I have the materials randomly for a craft, so I do it, and then I don't do another craft for 17 years. My dad got me this again. He has always been supportive of my witchcraft. He's never made me feel bad for it. He's not religious, so like it wasn't a really difficult conversation at all. It was kind of just like, Dad, I do this, and he's like, okay. So he got me this, and I do try to use it just because it makes him happy, and also it is pretty cute. But again, I struggle with the smaller shelves. I got this years ago at like a market. These are some rose quartz chunks, a little thing I made with Fred, a spell I did, and then a seashell little girl and a crystal heart. This is my character Slick that my dog violently mauled. R.I.P. to Slick. Thrifted this from Goodwill. My dad said it was silly. No, it's not. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I'm actually so, like, when he first, don't let your dad be a hater, because when I came back from my thrift haul, where I saw one of my, like, not even situationships, like, we were gonna do something, but we didn't, it doesn't really matter. I'm not saying, sometimes I'll bring up an situationship and know I am, like, fighting the urges to, like, resist sobbing. This guy, I more bring him up and I'm like, eel. You know, but I saw him at the Goodwill and I thought it was a bad omen, and when I came home my dad was like, that was a silly purchase. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I'm so glad I bought it. I don't know I think it's a church. I am not religious at all, but well, I guess I'm a witch. I don't consider that religious personally, but I'm so glad I bought it. Every time I look at it, I think it's fucking gorgeous. Okay, moving on. It's a Polaroid of me with two of my stuffed animals. Actually, I don't think you can see one of them because it's too dark. Again, this is a random craft. I got this from, like, the place I went to therapy, like a kit of, like, these watercolor creatures, and so I put it here. I used to be really into Hamilton. Like, a really good little point where, like, my teachers had to sit me down and be like, you have to stop talking about Hamilton in class. And fuck them. But I used to be really into Hamilton, so my dad, like, years after I got out of Hamilton, like, when I was in high school, he got me the Hamilton Funko Pops, which is very cute. It is very cute. So those are Schuyler sisters. Down there is Washington and Hamilton. I actually have all of them but Burr. I just don't think you could find Burr, which is fine. I don't really care to have Burr. I actually would only really care to have the Schuyler sisters, but I don't mind these guys either. Okay. This is my Rainbow Roll Shrine. I'm missing a couple books. I do want to get them eventually, and I'll just have to find a new place for the Schuyler sisters, but they kind of fit perfectly right now. I'm missing Attachments, which is her first book, and I love Attachments. I'm missing Slow Dance, which is one of her most recent releases. I'm missing Cherry Baby, which literally released in April. It's May 2nd. It's May 3rd, technically, the day I'm filming this. I'm filming this at, what time am I filming this at? I'm filming this at 12:37 a.m. But, I'm missing Cherry Baby, obviously, and I'm also missing Scattered Showers, which is her, like, short story collection, which I will read eventually, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy that much because I don't enjoy short stories. All of these are thrifted. Half Price Books, Library Bookstore, Half Price Books, Half Price Books, Library Bookstore. This one was not thrifted. Barnes & Noble. I got the special edition of Eleanor and Park, which is my first memorable book. This is a pendulum crystal. Okay, we're going back on our knees, baby. We're going, oh, it hurts my back so much to do this. Okay. That's Velma. I also have Fred. I wish I got Daphne. I do. I would have been fine with getting Daphne as well, but not getting Shaggy and Scooby. I don't fuck with Shaggy and Scooby. Dead Dogs Food Bowl, I keep crayons in. Okay. We've already told these are. Ice Age is my favorite franchise of children's movies. I really like it. This was from a Secret of Wings Tinkerbell movie. It was like a she I don't know if she's a he or a she. I think he's a he. It came with like the toy I got, and I've just kept him forever because he's really cute. This is a jar I keep seashells in. Fred, candle holder, Grumpy Bear. I don't know who his dress as Grumpy Bear. I don't know the Sanrio characters that much. All I know is that it was a Care Bear, and I collect all things Care Bear, so I got it. This is my shelf. I actually just did this. This is like brand new. I don't know how I feel about it. I wanted to do a unicorn shelf because I wasn't a mermaid girl. I was a unicorn girl growing up. I feel like there's a distinction, and it does matter to know what you were. I now love mermaids though. I do love mermaids. I think mermaids are a lot more fun to write like horror about. If you haven't read Chlorine by Jade Song, I'm not even showing you the shelf. If you haven't read Chlorine by Jade Song, I highly recommend it because it's technically not about mermaids, but not real mermaids, but it's really good. So these are two of my unicorns. This is actually like I have a story based off of my old Beanie Boos, and she's one of my characters. Her name's Remy. This is a little cat crystal craft I did. Honey jar spell. I will give you $1,000,000 trillion if you know whose name is in that jar. Crystal rose quartz. I got that for $2. Yes, from my local crystal shop. This is a collection of a bunch of old Oracle and actually I think it's one Oracle, and then the rest of them are tarot decks, tarot books. If you're really interested in getting a tarot deck, like not necessarily for the deck but for the book, I highly recommend this one. It is incredible. This is also a shelf I'm not in love with. You're gonna notice a theme in my Care Bears that their nose are ripped. That's because my dog's hunger is insatiable and nothing will stop him. Funshine's my favorite Care Bear. What do I keep in here? That's a jewelry box. That's my old junk journal that I don't use anymore. Don't look at our boobs. These are some tarot cards. This is where I keep my makeup. Can, bottle, Chromie. I think that's her name. I know that's her name. Her name's Chromie. So that's Chromie. Okay, let's go. Moving on. Next thing, I'm gonna do my bed. This is my bed. My room faces the backyard. Yeah, this is my bed. It's very cute. I have like 1,000,000 blankets. And these are some of my stuffed animals. I can also do a stuffed animal tour if you're interested. But these are just the guys I sleep with. I actually only sleep with men, which not in real life, but in my stuffed animals. Liz is a girl. She's the only girl though. Damn, I really need to. I'm a disappointment. These are my curtains. This is a Care Bear box. This is like when my Care Bears act up, I put them in jail. That's where I put them. This wall needs work, but I have a Breaking Dawn poster. This is my Joy and Whimsy wall. I just have some art I liked. That is a card I did about Jacob Black, and inside is written, like I wrote the letter Jacob wrote to Bella in the beginning of Eclipse because Jacob Black used to have a chokehold on me. This is really cute. I hated it at first when I first made it, and now I'm like, that's cute. This is the other thing in my room where I'm like, it's not good. I don't care. I'm not organizing it. I don't care. Okay. This is my desk. This was actually like this, but now it's like this. And my dad was very angry at me when I originally did that, but fuck away well. I watch TV here. That's basically all I do. I write here as well, but that's all basically all I do. These are the shelves it has. I am also not a big fan of these shelves because I don't like how if you put something in the front, you can't see anything in the back. These are my DVDs I want to watch. I'm a big physical media girl. That's an Avatar art book. That's my little Batman shrine, and then I put a statue I painted to look like my dead dog to represent Jason Todd. This is my TMNT shrine. Cute. That the clear case is the entire series of 2012. This is my Joy and Whimsy shrine. If you weren't able to figure it out yet, bears are my favorite animal. That's my computer. Oh my god, why is it on? Hold on. Girl, turn off. Do what's best for you. Girl! Turn off. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's like the L Word. I want to watch that really bad, but I'm kind of watching other stuff right now. So, ooh, oh my god. Okay. Okay, I have to hide the naked woman. This is Muffet. I've never played Undertale. My sister's a big Undertale fan, and when they started buying merch, I was like, Mom, this is cool, buy this for me, and my mom did. And this is just some art on my wall. That was my 2026 vision board. These are some Harley Quinn comics I thrifted. I know some of you are gonna be like, that's disgusting that you thumbtack them to your wall. Babe, I don't give a fuck. Breaking Dawn poster. Don't look. This is a Jolly and Me my old friend made when I kept getting dress code. She actually just drew me in the South Park style, and then this guy right here put the DC on my shirt to represent that I got dress code, and everyone laughed except me because I don't know what's funny. Those are two of my stuffed animals, and then right down here is where I keep all my trays, because again, I'm a witch, and I have a lot of trays. I really don't practice as much as I used to. I kind of went through a spirituality crisis, you know, we all do, but this is where I keep my trays and stuff, so. Cool. This is my bookshelf. I'm not going to do a full in-depth tour of my bookshelf, because I will probably do a video about it, and I have a lot to say, but... this is an altar I made, not to anyone in particular, I guess to the tarot deck. That's my tarot deck. It's queer tarot. Again, I can do a video about that. Here's some of the art on my wall. Down here, that's my Heated Rivalry calendar. That is my TBR cart, except it's not really a TBR cart. It's broken first off, so it doesn't move anymore. But the bottom shelf is just books I can't fit onto my bookshelf. The second shelf is library holds and journals, and the first shelf is art supplies. Those are my palms when I did cheer. And then that's my, okay, hold on, actually, I'll come over here to tell you about it. Okay. This is, I was really inspired by a purse bowl. I don't have a purse, and it is not a bowl, but a lot of girls, like, on TikTok were like, I guess I don't really go on TikTok, on Instagram, where like have a bowl in your house that you can just throw all the shit from your purse into. So I did that with this tray. So I tried to keep all the things that are like that I keep in my bag or like need quickly. So I have my Care Bears. That's my sister's diary that I've kept. But I keep my library card over here, my wallet, some pens, my over-the-ear headphones, my earbuds, and then this is ducks and thumbtacks. Very important. Very important. And that's everything. That went back quick, actually. That's fun. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my room tour. It was dirty for like a week. Not dirty, but it was messy, and now it is clean, so thank you. Thank you. Okay. I don't know I'm probably gonna watch a movie. I told myself I would reward myself to a movie after. So I might watch a Tinkerbell movie, or because I'm reading Wings of Starlight right now, which is like a book about, not Tinkerbell, but about like another character in Tinkerbell, like the queen. And it has fairy racism, which, like, I wasn't expecting, but I was like, okay, you know what, fuck it, fairy racism. So, I'm gonna probably watch a Tinkerbell movie. I've seen every single Tinkerbell movie in the Pixie Hollow franchise. I'm just rewatching them, because I want to. I've seen them all as an adult. I've seen them all recently. As in the past year. The only one I didn't rewatch recently was Nether Beast, and it's because I didn't want to cry. Tinkerbell makes me cry. That's where I am in life. That's where I am in life. And you know what? It's a good place to be. Anyways, gonna watch a movie probably, scroll through TikTok again. I am so invested in the Tyler Capacery drama. I don't ever get invested in a drama, ever, because I think it's stupid. I just think it's really funny. Because I'm not invested in, like, this is the one thing I'll say about this online. I'm not invested about hearing what other people think about him. I just like hearing him speak because it's genuinely insane. I'm not going to diagnose anyone. I think it's really weird when people come on the internet and, like, diagnose people. I genuinely think it's so weird. I'm not going to diagnose him with anything. All I'm going to say, he has a huge ego, and hearing him talk is like, I'm like, where can I get some of that? You know? So, the audacity of a white man. Doesn't matter if you're trans, doesn't matter if you're cis. If you're a white man, and you're probably say the same for a white woman, and that's okay too. But the audacity of a white man, it never fails to blow my mind. I'm like, you are incorrect every single time, and somehow still think you are the smartest person on the planet. Yes. Yes, King. So, really invested in that. But yeah, that's everything. Thank you for coming to my room tour.